A recession is coming. What will you do when it arrives? Are you going to sit on the sidelines and play it safe? Or are you going to take this as an opportunity to change you and your family's lives forever? You can watch every single personal finance video on YouTube. Your TikTok feed can be filled with tips on how to save a few extra pounds, or you can listen to the advice given by the government. Doing any of these things will not help you. When it comes to the recession, what you need to do is make sure that you are a step ahead of everyone else. And how exactly are you going to do that? Well, you're going to follow these 3 tips in this video to develop yourself to be the best investor that you can be. Now, this first step that I will reveal is easily the most important, not just to follow during a recession, but during normal times as well. You need to develop a deep understanding of the stock market and the economy as a whole. Now, I'm not going to do a Tai Lopez impression, but knowledge really is power, especially if you're looking to invest during a recession. Firstly, what is a recession? A recession generally refers to a period of economic decline. You can't really classify a short period of decline as a recession, so most analysts take the decline of the GDP of a country during the last 2 quarters as a signal that the country has officially entered a recession. A recession is not a good thing. In fact, it's a bad thing. A very bad thing. A declining economy becomes visible very quickly in a country's employment, production, and value of assets. In a recession, these things all go down, and it's usually the poorest that suffer the most. So what causes a recession? Well, there is no one root cause, which is what makes them so hard to see coming. Anything from wars to pandemics to rising costs and oversupply can cause a recession. The 2008 recession was caused by the housing market crash.
Britain's big banks under sustained attack on the markets. As we go on air, there are crisis talks about how to stabilise the banking system.
And the next global recession is most likely going to be caused by the rise of interest rates to try and combat inflation. It's important to understand that a lot of people are fearmongers who are always yelling about how the next economic crash is just around the corner, but the reality is recessions don't happen that often, which is why when they do happen, it is a big deal. And depending on how you look at it, it's potentially a very big opportunity. So now you know what a recession is and what causes it, but in terms of your learning, that is just a start. You need to spend a portion of your everyday reading and learning from various unbiased sources, both about current events that could potentially impact the overall market, as well as specific articles directly concerning your investment interests. I recommend getting a Financial Times subscription. It is a little pricey, but the knowledge that I've gained just by reading a few articles on their website every day has been priceless. It's allowed me to have confidence in the investment decisions that I make, and it further developed my understanding of the financial markets overall. So gaining knowledge is the first thing that you need to do. The second thing that you need to do is to reflect internally. You will really need to develop a strong sense of understanding of who you are, what your goals are, what your risk tolerance is, and what you are willing to do to succeed. A lot of retail traders get caught in a trap of trying to chase their losses. They can't let go of their egos, and they think that they're smarter than everyone else. Don't be like them. You need to understand your position as a retail investor. Just from a knowledge perspective, investment firms and banks, they've got dedicated teams of analysts who are much smarter than you and I. They spend their days doing detailed technical analysis and have access to information that allows them to profit greatly. We do not have access to the same resources, nor do we have almost unlimited funds to play with. So the last thing you need to do is let your emotions get the better of you. Next, you need to identify what your goals are and how realistic they are. You aren't likely to turn £1,000 into $1 million, and if that's the kind of goal you have, that can lead you to make some very silly mistakes. You need to have realistic goals relative to the size of your portfolio. Risk tolerance also plays a part in all of this. When markets are tanking and the outlook is bleak, those that are willing to take risks are most likely to prosper. Now, there's a difference between a calculated risk and an uncalculated gamble. YOLOing your entire portfolio on options during earnings season is a gamble, but investing in companies with strong fundamentals during market crashes is far more likely to yield the desired results. In the 19th century, Nathan Rothschild was quoted saying, "The time to buy is when there is blood on the streets." In the same vein, Warren Buffett has been quoted saying, "Be greedy when others have been fearful." So you do need to take risks in this game to truly prosper, but don't go overboard, or you could end up losing it all. This leads me to the final point. The final thing that you need to do to take full advantage of the recession is to have a plan. If you follow the 6 P's, your chance of profit will increase greatly. Now, what are the 6 P's, you might be asking? It's simple really. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. Many investors make the mistake of buying too early. Prices dip further and they end up in the red. The best thing that you can do is dollar cost average. It's proven to be a consistent strategy, and timing the market almost always beats timing the market. By sticking to a proven strategy in the long term, your performance in the stock market will speak for itself. So ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Those are the 3 things that you need to do to get rich during a recession. Fortune favors the brave, but don't be stupid. By gaining a deeper understanding of the market and how it works, as well as assessing your own risk profile and coming up with a solid plan, you should be able to position yourself to be in the best position financially to take advantage once the market starts to dip. I hope you guys have found this video useful. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like and subscribe.